Hey folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly check out Ludus. This is a game that you can find on Steam for about $10. This is a first-person manage-your-own Gladiator kind of game, although there are some other elements in this game that are intriguing, but the gameplay is just not there. This is a game I really wanted to like. I was getting into it, but then I discovered something that bothered me, and then something else that bothered me, and then something else that bothered me, until it snowballed into, I really hate this game. So, let's just jump into it. Here's a look at the options menu once you're in game. Volume, sensitivity, full screen graphics resolution. The resolution will reset itself whenever you're moving around menus, so that needs to be fixed. As far as like a tutorial goes, the tutorial is there, but it's just kind of crap. There is some in-options tutorials, like this is how you make money. You can set up a farm and sell eggs, milk, and wool. Great, but it doesn't tell you how to do that. This game is all about the experimentation. It sort of wants you to figure stuff out on your own. It gives you the bare bones, but it doesn't really teach you, okay, you need to go from point A to point B. For example, I bought a cow. Once I got a barn, I bought a cow. And I was like, okay, so my cow will appear in my barn. No, I have to escort it home. So I spent half the day in this game walking my cow to my home so that I could start making milk. So the game didn't tell me that. It's just something like, I was like doing things for 2 days and I realized, where's my cow? I bought a cow, where is it? Here, it was in the middle of the market, and I had to escort it the rest of the way home. So little things like that, the game doesn't tell you. You can sell iron and wood. Grandpa, out of all your family members that you can set to work, your grandpa is the one that has the pickaxe and will mine. So yeah, old people in this game, apparently, they're the ones that should be doing the manual labor. But anyway, people get sick in this game. And this is something that I don't like. My son I can send out to the market, and he'll just play that darn flute, and he earns a little bit of money doing it because people want him to shut up. But each person has a sickness, energy, and health thing. I'm going to go ahead and send him to work. But the thing is, this sickness, I mean, there's a health bar. Now, I don't know what happens when it runs out, this health bar. But in order to buy medicine at the market, it's 100 gold a piece, and the medicine only takes off 30% sickness or so. So it's going to cost like 300 gold just to heal someone completely, and it's just too much money. I don't like that whole sickness mechanic. Your wife, you can send her to the market to sell the wool and the eggs that you're getting from your animals. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and check that out real quick. It's the middle of the night. This is a doomed playthrough, by the way. And the reason I say that, yep, I can interact with my animals to get stuff. There's health, starvation, and egg or milk, whatever it is. So I just earn more resources. Very top of the screen there is a quick overlay of what you have when you're in the barn. But you have to build this barn first before you can actually do it. Your mother-in-law, I don't have any hay, I need to go to the market and get some hay, will feed your animals automatically for you. That's one way to get money. Now, I'm going to be jumping around quite a bit because there's so much to show you. You can buy things at the market. There's swords, there's daggers, there's different weapons. You can equip them to you start with one gladiator. There's a dealer and a market here that you can buy things. There's water and wine and food. You have to buy those for your family members so they don't starve. There's the farmer here. You can buy cow, chicken, sheep. Hey, I'm going to go ahead and buy some hay so that they don't starve. Oh, alright, that's good. I'm going to go ahead and I have to drop that hay off with my mother-in-law, though. It's one thing I didn't realize until later. There's a blacksmith that you can hire. A lot of the people in this game you can hire for like 3 days. You spend 200 gold or so, and for 3 days... Oh, there's my son. You can buy a fishing rod, which you can use to fish, but you can't sell the fish until you build a market. There's an architect that roams around that you can hire, and you can construct various buildings with your resources. There's wheat that you can buy and give to somebody to, at your mill. You can make bread, you get that for free, but you have to buy the wheat. There's medicine, again, it's 100 a pop. I don't know what the syringes do. And like any trashy game, there is a tavern. You can walk in, and for $120, you can pick your girl, and you can have your way in one of the... And I have not done it. I am not one of those people. But I'm just saying, this is one of those trashy, oh, let's just go ahead and cater to young people and put sex in a game that doesn't need to have sex. You know what I mean? It's just Yeah, so you can completely ignore this section if you want to, but it's up to you. Anyway, so aside from the tavern, there's a camel. For 250 for 3 days, you can have someone trade your resources for you. I have not messed with that yet. I simply don't have the money. There's an alchemist. You can buy various flowers from the farmer, and then you can come here and you can buy these potions. So there's that. There's various vendors throughout town that you can interact with. Again, there's a dealer. You can buy cloth and olive oil. I need to buy... Actually, I'm going to go ahead and buy a couple of worms for fishing, so I can show you that. The fishing mechanic in this game is completely asinine. It's another thing that bothers me. And holy fog. Alright, so let's just go ahead and... Actually, let's drop off this hay before my animals starve. So, select... There we go. 21, put in storage. There we go. So, whenever the hay is in storage, they will just... The starvation bars will just automatically drop. So, it's just... that orange bar will drop. Fishing. You do get a fishing rod in the beginning of the game, but it only has 20% durability, so you use this so many times and that's it. So, you click, you wait, and whenever you get a hit, you have to rapidly click the left mouse button. The game doesn't tell you this. It just says press left mouse button or left click to hook or something. But what I figured out after the third time fishing and ruining my fishing rod is you have to continue clicking until you get the bar in between the yellow... Yeah, the green bar in between the yellow here. And then after this, there's a typing minigame. So I have to hit HCLZJ. What kind of moron puts a fishing minigame and you have to type out... come on. A typing minigame in fishing. No. So I caught a fish. I'm just going to put that down because I'm sick of it. Okay, yeah, pick this back up. Put this... Okay, so there's that. Ida opens up your inventory. I got a hook, apparently, instead of a fish. Your gladiator will defecate everywhere unless you build a toilet through the architect. In order to get rid of this, you pick up the bucket, you fill it up in the well, and you spray water on top of it. Like so, if he's sleeping, you can pour water on him to wake him up. So I can do that. Although it is pretty hilarious. I caught him working out and doing push-ups into a pile of feces. In fact, here, let me show you. Yeah. So, I mean, this game does have its moments. I guess I should clean that up. But still, like, the frustrations far outweigh the humorous things. The biggest complaint that I have is this tournament. The tournaments are mandatory, you have to assign someone to it, and this is what I don't like about the game. The game forces you to level up your gladiators efficiently. If you fall behind, that's it. You might as well start over because the game gets progressively harder as you play, and the tournaments get harder as you play. So, I wouldn't mind this game so much if it were more freeform and I had all the time in the world to do what I wanted. But this tournament mechanic forces me to spend a gladiator, which costs a lot of money. I have to buy a slave from the market, bring them here, and train them. For example, I hit E to interact with them. There's 4 buttons on the side. One is for potions, one is for training. I'm going to go ahead and just click on, say, agility, and then I can train for 2 hours, what have you. Just 4 hours is fine. There's health and stamina, and then there's happiness, courage. There's you can equip them with helmets, swords that you buy from the market, that kind of thing. So yeah, there's that. I mean, that part's cool. I like that. And managing your gladiators is cool. But again, once they're dead, they're dead, and there's no there's like a roguelike Iron Man mode kind of mechanic where if you lose someone, there's no reloading. Let's go ahead and just have her sell. I've got 16 eggs, so I'm going to go ahead and take the money that she's earned so far and start work. Another thing about the tutorial, your very first tutorial is send your wife to work. But then you interact with your wife, and it says you can't send your wife to work until you build a barn. And then once you build the barn, send your wife to work, then the next tutorial after that is build a barn. So, like, the tutorial is giving you things to do out of order, and that doesn't make any sense to me. Again, this game's tutorial is kind of lacking. There are a lot of things that don't make sense or are out of order, or the game just expects you to know how to handle things. Again, this health, how do I regenerate their health? He's got 19% health left. I can make him work in the iron mine, but I'm afraid that I'm going to kill him. So how do I get more besides buying more medicine and spending all the money that I don't have? I'm just simply not making enough money to heal. I've got an uncle with 1% health. I can't seem to heal without medicine. My son needs medicine. Everyone in my family needs medicine, but I don't have the money to heal them because I'm simply not making enough. And that's the problem with this game. Like, the game gives you all these different ways to make money. If I hit escape, and I click on click to see money making methods. After, here we go. You can set up a farm and sell eggs, milk, or wool. Fine, you can. However, the return on investment is not enough to keep up with all of that other stuff. The next one, after purchasing the slave gladiator, you can train them and sell them for more valuable price. To sell gladiators, you must put up for auction. You can do it from the Ludus manager. You can fish. You can sell your caught items at the market counter. Now, here's the thing. The game doesn't tell... Oh, you must build a market stall using an architect. But you need to buy wood, iron, and nails. Now, you can get iron from your grandfather by working him to death. But you can also buy it from the market for money, which you don't have. And in the very beginning of the game, it's very limited. You can sell iron and wood. Grandpa can get iron by working in the mine. Fine, but how do you heal him after he keels over dead? You can send your child to work, and that's fine, but he only gives you a little bit of money. You can hire a thief or trader. The trader can increase your money by buying and selling. The thief can steal items from the market for you. You can earn money in the tournaments and duels. Almost makes the best profit. Fine, but once your gladiator's dead, he's dead, so you got to be careful about doing that. You can buy materials and then sell them to other countries by ship. There's a special guy that you can talk to and sell things overseas. You can send gladiators into dungeons, and then you can sell the items and materials they bring. I have yet to do that. If you trust your luck, you can play the dice game, or you can bet on gladiator fights, rent a blacksmith, order him to make beautiful weapons or armor. That's all well and good, but I feel like the game forces you into fighting straight away. Like, the way I've made the most money in this game is through the tournaments. The amount of money I spent on getting wood or getting iron or whatever by working people to death. Like, here, I'm going to go and start work. He's got 1% health. Let's just see if he keels over dead. Start work. Fine. So I'm going to make some money off them or some resources off them. I can go to the market and sell that wood I have. I can make a little bit of money that way, but it's not enough to buy all the medicine that I need to heal all of my family members, in my opinion. So, like, this is a cool game. This is a game I really wanted to like. It's just, there are so many things that set it back and things that don't make any sense. It feels like it's not completely finished yet, and it's a shame because I really wanted to like it. This is a game I would spend a lot of time. In fact, I spent 2 hours figuring out this game. I spent 2 hours. After 15 minutes, I was ready to call it quits because I'm like, this is ridiculous. What am I supposed to do? So I kept going, I kept going. I kind of liked one thing, then 2 things set me back. I liked one thing, then 2 more things set me back. So, buy at your own risk. Unless you're willing to spend a lot of playthroughs getting used to the game, and then figuring out the most efficient way to do things and to make money, don't bother. Because, like I said, that tournament mechanic forces you to be efficient in this game. I'll go ahead and buy this guy for $295. And then I'll start training him, I guess. Let's go back. Now, do I have to escort him, or is he going to walk on his own? Okay, it looks like he actually is able to walk to my home on his own. As far as, like, this doctor, you can use the doctor to teach your gladiators different techniques and features. $200 for 3 days. Again, money I don't have. The Ludus commander, you can buy or upgrade existing training supplies if you want. You can put people up for auction there. I bought this for my gladiator so he can do he can train better in defense. This is the dungeon that the tips was talking about. You can send your people into dungeons, so as long as they're level 3 or above, and try and obtain some loot. So yeah, I'm like, this is a game of cool ideas, but poor implementation. And I would really love more, a better fleshed out tutorial. More money for starting players that, like, I don't think these rewards are generous enough to keep the new player interested. All right, I got 22 kilograms of gold. I'll take the wood. What did Grandpa make? 14 iron. Okay, fine. Again, I can sell that for money, I suppose, but I do need that for constructing other things. Let's see how the hay is doing. I've got 16 hay in storage. All right, I'll take your milk. And I'll take the egg. I think my wife is still somewhere out and about. I think. And I think I worked for... I don't think I actually slept. I think I worked for 24 hours straight without sleeping. And there's no consequence to that as far as I can tell. Ship officer, this is where you go to trade those resources I was talking about. You buy the cloth or the olive oil, then you click on a location and you just try and turn it around. You're buying low and selling high, basically. This is the architect. For 235 bucks, you'll hire him for 3 days, and then you can build stuff assuming you've got the resources to do it. Where did my wife go? And my son is probably still out there whistling his flute. Oh, there's my wife. I got 16 eggs. Go ahead and I'll take the 48 money that you earned. And, yeah, go back out and sell more stuff, please. Thank you. Oh, there's my son. Makes me proud, I'm sure. How much did you make for me? 33 money. Alright, I'll take that work. Or I'll take that money. Okay, so I need to buy something for my other gladiator. But this is 1,300, 3,500, 1,100. No. Maybe a dagger. 2,400. 150 bucks for this dagger, I suppose. That's almost not worth it. Cursed dagger. I might want to wait on that. I'm gonna go ahead and train him, I think. Yeah, I'm just gonna start training him without the weapon. I don't think there's any problem in doing that. You can train him in 4 categories. There's agility, strength, vitality, and defense. It doesn't tell you what these things do. But whenever you click on, say, vitality, it says strength plus defense plus vitality 3+. So you train better in certain categories, depending on what you train. I'm just going to go ahead and train more in that. He's very happy. His health kind of sucks. So again, it looks like 5 days' time, I'm going to have to think about who I want to assign to this tournament. I could possibly just train this guy, the one I just bought, train him, and then resell him and try and get some quick money that way. I could maybe train him for the tournament and then make him lose because he's not going to be well equipped for it. And then at least my regular gladiator will be fine. So yeah, I mean, like, again, there's a lot of cool things about this game, but the implementation is kind of poor. And that's a shame. I hope the developer continues adding to this game and makes it better. I would also like to see maybe an easy difficulty mode so that, you know, you can earn money more freely. The cost of medicine, for example, is reduced so that I'm not breaking the bank trying to keep... His sickness is at 100%, his health is at 1%. Again, without spending medicine, I really don't know how else to reduce this, but medicine is 100 a pop. So sorry, Uncle, but you're just gonna have to be... You're gonna have to work on your deathbed. Sorry, Grandpa, but you're gonna have to work on your deathbed just so I can get more resources for you. You know, so like, I want to keep playing this. I really do, but so many things frustrate me about it that I have other things to do and other games to play. So I think what I'm gonna do is keep an eye on this one, and then come back to it hopefully in the future, assuming that there's gonna be any patches that will make the game better than what it is. So there you go. Ludus, if you guys haven't already subscribed to me on Twitch and YouTube, that way you can stay up to date with any new content I'm going to publish. This is Vince, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.